Abusing for her, I came to CV. Miss Winnie didn't say any face that would ever came to CV some. Mr. Sobers has got 1 minute one shot to other part for normal comment or comment section. I say. And more emphasis will be one education ben so I'm simply never broken to TV. No, why first person when you assembly beats in room when your course for Mark and New Year say afternoon. The be other net in some for fry a bit of your pencil. Order for vision. You copy more Volta Reg na your former president Mahama and I just will go so ya no to no copy more home no copy more on the and somebody the be and or the air tuja. Na ne same be just or the two Jenny and so say Volta Reg no sham. And you abani idea air cost we wo home pa but and check nin you abana de asem na anything omuduana say nyoma start say ya. Esan say nnuaba no eni ahoden kese ne ntino na chese nnuaba no nyina ase no former president Mahama eba obe make sure say san nnuaba no nyina no wotumi approcess na chese bibia ide atoto na akwemu certain tomatoes fresh and na chese omubedua na ebe so na ebe say omubedi bi na nka ebe say na onu de one prince ebe sam obe make sure say or the certain tomatoes fresh no me I'm making 10 tomatoes so I am 10 tomatoes now baby a big factory ama omo I just say no maybe just so in your baby on bed you must start to say omo dear no man bury ba sani na no must start to say omo process nature to be atuso na kwemo na osan so eba so am obe make sure say agriculture no obeshemo kenam obama nneoma atoto na akwemu na say even cramp so ontumi mbie factory cramp na say obi ewo ne factory ade o cheso odisika ebeshem odisika beshe factory ni mu na cheso moetumi de process nneoma na nneoma etumi akoso ejina ne na so amboa na nneoma nyina atoto na akwemu nti former president Mahama do no de oso oba 2024 ido no ekwan bia so na obeba na obeso obehye agric factory mumma obehye mukina obebebe factories echese nsame the former president Mahama akabebre na enumu ena yetimamfo ni bibeka se aba former president Mahama why bi eye wahye shabo eye eba wo hihye nyina no enkwesi aga nti sisi ane de yeso emma mehye bi ebiem na sisi anu akasa wo ba 24-hour economy job NHS awodeba na de ne agriculture mu HSN nsam de bebre NHS ye Volta Reg for ni bi ekeka e de church no na busia for me person so adaje ni betie ye former president Mahama ne nsam HSN na ogusa na o kan ye so ye tie ye Volta Reg for na so bi na so say timamfo no nsem bi omoso e de betu aso abra former president Mahama e de na no nsem di e betuja David and catch us say aha Kinsu TV. Internet services go on with no chat or other platform. Members mess for that in job na yin say na papa and also say former president Mahama in same be or the tuja. Any boshebia or de air share a Volta Reg in some brewery account. Madam I say.
Things that would catapult our nation's development is not only production of food and agriculture, it is also agribusiness. Because the farmers can produce the food. If we are not taking the food and adding value to it, then a lot of time the food goes to waste. There are times when we produce a lot of tomatoes, we don't know what to do with it. A lot of the tomatoes gets waste. We produce a lot of maize, we don't know what to do with it. One of the areas I went to, they have maize from the last season, and the price is so low, 300 cedis, that they are making a loss selling it. And yet we could buy that maize off the farmers at an even better price and produce, add value to the maize in terms of grits, corn flour, so many things that we can do. And so the next NDC government is going to focus on agri processing and agribusiness. While we help the farmers to produce more, we will also put in the capacity to buy the crops of the farmers and process those crops. You go to a rural area, they produce a lot of rice. And yet the rice mill standing there is not working. And so why is it not working? We must put in a more efficient rice milling plant that uses less electricity, lowers the cost of production, And we must give them the capital to be able to buy the rice of the farmers. There should be a credit scheme for that company that any rice any farmer produces, they can buy it and they can mill it. I know this because my father, was a rice farmer and owned a rice mill himself. He was the biggest producer of finished rice in this country and was even exporting rice to Burkina Faso. But rice is just one component. There's ginger. There's a lot of ginger production in OT. We must have processing plants to produce ginger powder, ginger oil. I don't believe in one district, one factory, one district, one factory. I believe in taking the whole value chain of agricultural products. So we'll take OT, what are the people doing here? What are those doing here? What are those doing here? And we'll create what we call an agro-processing industrial zone. And we'll put the factories there so that they buy the crops of all the farmers, process it there. Our children will get employment in those factories and we'll be able to export the produce, or if it's for local consumption, we consume them locally. So agro-industrial parks in every region, for instance, Brong-Ahafo, if you have an agro-industrial park, by all means you must have cashew processing there because they are the biggest producers of cashew in this country. Right now, Indians come and buy the cashew, take it to India, go and process it, and export it to UK and to America, and they write produce of India. Meanwhile, the cashew nut itself comes from Ghana. So why can't we process that ourselves and also export it? So these are the ideas that we have. I believe that it's only by implementing that kind of strategy that we can provide enough employment for our young people and also stop the importation of things that we have a comparative advantage to produce.
Ebusuafo ensemwe na omanpani dada Mahama edetu dwa no na kasa wakasa no na ahemfofo mu etete ho no de we bi mu si ehwe n'anim no omakasa nyese we president a kesemfo e beka chawo no ka obedi mreket to mic na speakers de agu ka ma akonkran o se dai obeye dai agro dai processing dai industrial zone our penda da Mahama ye studio na ode ensem we tu dwa no na votarians ni bi nso amane priority ensem om de etu dwa we Eric na what say Volta Reg didn't get the said recorded roads in the green book and now making promises again. Say calm down. And we money swine and what say your desperate attempt to come back is hilarious. You want 4 years again to rule Ghana for no re-election as per the constitution. This man has a hidden agenda. And when so also mensa and I say in 4 years you can't. And when so say 4 years can't do any wonder. And when so Albert and what say talk is cheap pa. And when so jealous God and what say 4 years you won't chop over 2 million promises. In some way, and Volta Reg for be a diamond manpani dada Mahama, ewa brother in some equatuja, ewa Oti region, efa Eastern Corridor Roads and all.
Said you always carry me, say, who was guessing will be our Ghana. Who bet me up to Jimmy.